Debugged Dialogs. Let's get into it.
Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Or whatever you celebrate. It's about a week left.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't stop laughing. When we were studying this, we talked about Santa hats. I had the big hat, and then you walked into the screen with your little tiny little thing. I'm like, oh my God. I got one too.
Well, you got to have some fun as well, right?
You gotta have some fun. Anyways, hey, you know what? If you can't make fun of yourself, right? Life is too short. You gotta do it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So, what's new?
What's new? A lot of stuff. You've been away in Texas, right?
Yeah, I was in Dallas for Workplace Ninja US.
That was the first one of the Workplace Ninjas in the US, right? Wasn't it the first event?
Yes, that was the first one. Yeah, it was good.
Cool.
A lot of barbecue.
It's Texas.
Yeah, lots of barbecue, and I think after a while you're probably like, oh, that's a lot of meat sweats.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I met a lot of people. Your usual crowd, IT pros, MVPs, things like that. RoboPack was obviously there as a sponsor, as a platinum sponsor, and also the hackathon sponsor, which went really well and liked by everyone. So it was exciting. All right. So what do you got? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Oh, stupid me.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop touching that mic.
I gotta stop touching my mic. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
You had some issues going home, but you finally caught a flight. I saw that, so that was good.
Yeah, my flight. I had a very early morning flight, so I was going to get up very early in the morning, and just when I was about to get some sleep, I got a notification. Your flight's canceled for tomorrow. You're rerouted or rebooked for later. So, yeah, but it wasn't too bad. So I still made it, and at least I didn't have to get up with the chickens at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Like you did in San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly.
I just got one of those emails as well for my return flight from MVP Connect in March, that they ran out of spaces in the cabin, so they had to move my flight. So please go in and have a look and see if you find something else. Otherwise, you'll get your money back.
Oh, no.
So, but they had another flight the same day, so I just had to move it up a few hours, and so I'll be able to go home. But still, when you get those emails, it's not fun because you have everything planned.
Yeah,
you got the hotel booked, you got everything booked. It's not easy to just move things around.
No, you're right.
So yeah, that was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into business. So maybe this is the last episode for the year, but you never know. Maybe we might do one next week.
Might. You never know. Might do a Christmas special or something. Yeah. I don't know. With or without the hats.
Maybe. You never know what we can come up with.
You never know, man.
You and I are pretty dangerous when it comes to this area.
We try.
Right. So let's get technical. You wanted to share something, right?
Yeah, I want to talk about a small, but according to me, kind of powerful feature in Microsoft 365 that a lot of organizations still miss that it's there, and because it's kind of hidden away under the reporting section of the admin center. Okay. It was announced, I think it was during Ignite of 24. It's called Organizational Messages. It's a really, really effective way to communicate with employees directly from within the Microsoft 365 experience. If you have something you need to push out to all the clients that are managed through Intune, for instance, they're connected to Entra and registered and running in the cloud. So what it really is, it's a function that lets you send, clear, visible, branded messages right where your people already work. You can have them appear on the Windows spotlight on the lock screen on Windows when before you sign in is the first thing they see. It could be something bad happened at the site, or it could be just promoting the Christmas party or something. Don't forget to sign up for this, or don't forget to do your training, etc.
Yeah, I remember when I was at Microsoft when this was being developed and stuff, and I was working on it as well, and working with the teams that were building the solution here. And we went back and forth, even with MVPs and stuff, to test it out, and whether who gets to control organization messages. Is it the IT admins? Is it like the business admins of the organization? Is it the HR person? What kind of messages do you want to push and stuff? So in the early stages, I looked at this as a almost like a net send command
Yeah.
we used to do, right?
That's how you used to do it back in the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's about like, hey, we're pushing out a patch, or we are going to be doing maintenance on our Exchange servers or something, and things like that. So very useful in that sense.
It is.
But then it started like growing more into like, oh, should companies use this more like there's a event at the company happening or something like that, or do we have a fire drill, or things like that. I mean, I don't know where they landed and how it is, but seems like it hasn't been talked. You're right, it hasn't been talked about much after launch, so it's nice to bring it back.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning because it is a really great way to push out things. Like I said, you can do the Windows Spotlight thing, which is the first
Right.
thing people see when they start up their computer. You can have messages pop up just above the start button on the taskbar or
Right.
down by the system notification. You can even have messages popping up within Windows Team or Microsoft Teams as one of those little purple boxes pointing at your profile picture up there.
Right.
And now they're actually adding more features as well. So you can send organizational messages through email as well. That's out in public preview now.
And you manage it through Intune, correct?
You manage it through the Microsoft 365 Admin Center.
365 Admin Center. Okay.
Yeah, so here in the Admin Center, under really weird for me, it's a really weird placement of a program that you actually interact with and use to push stuff out to clients. They hit it under reports, which is more of a consumption part of the Admin Center, I think. But under organizational messages and on the reports, you have all this, and it's just not about urgent messages and patches and hardware changes, etc. Now it's also, I mean, you have adoption templates in there. They're adding a new feature for instead of targeting by group or organization, you also add a feature where you can target action segments to start with. In preview, and I think you can target active Copilot users and inactive Copilot users, so you can push the inactive ones to actually use the product with like pop-ups every 2 days until they read them in Teams, for instance. Hey, don't forget to use Copilot. You have that. It's a license we do pay for. And like you said, who can manage it today? They actually have RBAC roles for it. So you have two different roles. One that is organizational messages writer, and that's a person that can compose all the messages. And then you have an approver role as well, where the approver gets notified and can go in and approve the messages to be sent. And the same person cannot do both, because then you can do bad stuff. So even if you have both the writer and the approver role, you cannot approve your own messages. So someone else needs to scrutinize it, embed it, and make sure.
Approvals that's needed. So you need it so someone can say, hey, this went out, or like a bad message or something vulgar and stuff like that, right?
Someone being upset because they got fired or something, they really can't push anything bad out in the organization.
Right.
Which
what
is
about, are you able to track or report on how did those messages do in the organization?
Absolutely. When you send them out, you get the status in here. This is my demo tenant, so it's empty. But you get the message name, whatever you may send it, and the status and where it's supposed to be published, either in context or as the email.
Right.
And then you also see when it was created, when it's supposed to start, total messages seen, how many people have seen it, how many has clicked through to the link on the intranet, for instance. And you get the percentage rate of the click-throughs and stuff as well. So you do get some stats back, which is good. And if you set a message to show 3 times a week, it will pop up 3 times a week until someone interacts with it and clicks clicks
Right.
on to read the more info. If you do that, it won't show again. So it does have that granularity. And also the templates, like I said. Some of the templates just requires the reader role to publish. The adoption ones, you don't need them to be approved because you can't really change them. But you can brand them with your own logos and everything, which is kind of cool. So even the pop-up that shows up, if I just create a message, whatever, just do a quick demo, broadcast another important message in the taskbar, for instance. I'll create my own. I don't want to use a pre-made template. I'll see, don't forget to subscribe. Let's do that. And then the body of the message, watch, bald, and bearded. Just because I can. And I spelled really bad, but I blame English not being my native language. Follow this link. You can see how it builds on the right.
I see.
And then you add the logo as well. So I've uploaded the bald and bearded logo, and that is being pushed out to whatever. So I do youtube.com. That's fine. And then next. And then how do I want to push this? Either to a location, different companies where I do group all company. And I will start it today. I will push it for a week with 10 times a week. That's evil. But if you read it once, you don't have to read it again. And then I send it for approval. And then someone who is an approver needs to go in and approve it. And you can track everything from within the organizational messages down here. Now it's pending approval.
Right.
But then you see click-throughs and etc. as well. So it's a really, really easy, nice, lightweight way to send messages to your users in your organization, as long as you're licensed the correct way. You need an enterprise license to use this as a reader to read the information as well. But it's, I mean, and they're adding support for hybrid joined clients as well. I think it's this spring. I saw it on the roadmap earlier today. So it is getting more and more competent, which is kind of cool.
All right. No, that's great. And then I think there must be a link for the roadmap, right? So
there is a link for the roadmap. I actually have it here. So now the action segments and also the hybrid joined, we can add those links to the description on YouTube later if someone wants to read more, and also to the Learn article about organizational messages.
Sounds good. This is great. So going back, quick funny stories. When I first started, at the university as a sysadmin, and many years ago, and there was a time when my colleagues and I, we were they started sending some NetSend messages, just fooling around, but just not to the entire university, but to a few of us, right? Whatever.
Yeah, we all did that.
We started playing with that and stuff, and someone would have sent it accidentally, instead of choosing like an Active Directory group or a specific person or a device, went and sent a message, said "boo" with an exclamation mark, and went out to the entire organization. The entire. Next thing you know, because it popped up on everyone's computer, and the help desk got flooded with phone calls. Hey, we see this message. Did my computer get hacked? Or am I, we're like, oh no, what happened? It was one of those NetSend messages.
Of course, that's what we all did, man.
Oh my god, that was crazy times. But yeah. So what else? So other than that, I just have a few things about Intune, because that's a space I'm focused on, Intune, Windows, and things like that. So like, what's new in Intune? For December, or since announcements from Ignite, that's the new admin task centralized node. What is this? It's a new single pane of glass view under tenant administration, right? It's like a major quality of life update, right? Previously admins had to jump between different blades to handle approvals, now with endpoint privilege management or EPM elevation requests, Defender security task, and multi-admin approval requests are all consolidated in one searchable, filterable, location. So which is nice, right? Um, Security Copilot agents.
Yep.
We are in the agentic era. Microsoft, it's not just adding like chatbots, but they're also adding specific agents to do different work. For example, there's a change review agent that analyzes the potential impact of, policy change before you hit save and, things like that. Device offboarding agent, policy configuration agent, and so on and so forth, right? Um, so what is the community angle is, or what do they think about it? Well, there's some skepticism in the community, regarding the cost and versus the value that they're getting. Are these agents reliable enough, and do you trust them enough in your production environment? That's something to see, and time will tell, right?
Yep.
There's also the Android Enterprise reset to basic and offline mode. There are a bunch of new things that they have done because folks that are managing like iOS devices and stuff seems like it's much easier than the Android side of things. But they've added some of those things, reset to basic, offline mode, and so on and so forth. Android, like I said, what the community thinks about all the stuff. Android management is often seen more complex, right?
It is, yeah.
Than iOS.
Historically, at least.
Exactly. So they seem to like it. Then finally, Windows Autopilot device preparation for Windows 365. So the new device preparation mode, which replaces some of the old ESP headaches that you normally get, is now available in automatic mode for cloud PCs, right? So they're doing that for cloud PCs, so you can provision your devices and stuff. It just streamlines the whole provisioning process, meaning when a user logs into the cloud PC and the apps are actually there without a long please wait, kind of a thing. And and then there are a few other things as well, but I won't get into that stuff. But that's the general sense of what's going on, and we'll put some links on what's new in the description of the video.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on now. I mean, there's both with Intune and with Microsoft 365 in general. Agents, Copilot, of course, the Agent 365 that was announced at Ignite as well is out in preview.
Yeah.
So everyone can play around with that in the admin center. The only way, if you don't have it, you need to enable the Frontier program for your tenant. So assign anyone, either everyone or just one of your users to the Frontier program in the admin center, and that will be automatically enabled in your tenant as well. So you can go in and have a look at what agents you have and where they're from and who's sharing what, etc. So it's a great overview. But please remember, it's still in public preview. So it can change, and most likely will change.
And also, I think we've talked about this before since Ignite, but the new subscription changes, right, for E3 and E5, M365, E3 and E5, especially for Intune, where the Intune.
No, we haven't talked about it. We have talked about it. We haven't talked about it on the show. They're adding the Intune suite, or a lot of the Intune suite features through the both E3 and E5.
E3 and E5,
really good. They're adding value back to the E5 license, as I said. Back in the day when you got the E5, you got everything. That was the top license you could have, and then they've been watering it down over the years. But now they're actually pushing things in with the security.
This is going to be added value. If you already have the licenses, so you might as well have the benefits of it, and there's going to be a better adoption rate too, right? Because now, hey, I already have it. Why not push it out, kind of a thing.
I actually have a client that was starting to argue for buying the Intune suite because they wanted just the advanced analytics and those features that was part of it, and now they actually get it for free because they're on the E5 license anyway. So that was a no-brainer to just
the remote help feature and things like that. So,
So it's
now
a
that's
really,
good.
really good.
Yeah, and so that was announced at Ignite. So it's coming up. I don't think it's changed yet. I think it's going to be a few months out, right? If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
It is, and they probably like the security copilot. I don't think everyone will get it at once. They will
Right.
enable it tenant by tenant. That's normally how they do it.
Right.
So
The other caveat is I believe next July, there's going to be a slight increase in the cost of those subscriptions.
yes,
So whether it's $1 or whether it's $3 per seat, but there are changes coming next year as well.
they are. Yeah, exactly. I think it's July. But if you're in Sweden, like we are, and your agreement is running out now, you will actually get a decrease in price because of the dollar value has changed. So if you get the option to maybe tie up your license for 2 or 3 years, they normally give you that option. Then you can save some money for a few years, but then the raise will hit you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then again, you have a predictable cost up until then, which is good.
That's true.
So there are always options, but don't forget to look into your agreements with your CSPs or your EAs or whatever you have when it's time for renewal, because there are options every now and then to save a few bucks.
Save a few bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we covered it all, and we had some fun, and with our little tiny hats, and shared a few things, and hopefully we'll do another episode to finish off the year in a fun way.
Yeah, so, before New Year's at least. Maybe not before Christmas, but otherwise in between Christmas and New Year's perhaps.
Yeah.
And we will hopefully meet up again in Seattle in March.
Yeah. And
no, you will actually get over here in February.
Yeah, I'll be there in end of February. So we'll meet each other again.
Perfect.
So until next time, like, subscribe,
exactly,
share, and give us the love, guys. So
and happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate. Have fun with your friends and family, and just enjoy some time off. Well deserved. It's been a hectic year, so I'm really looking forward to some downtime.
Exactly. All right. Until next time. Cheers.
Take it easy.
This is Debugged Dialogs.